Hey there, everyone. So I'm Dana. I'm owner of Mind Body Healthy and founder of the Energy and Hormonal Rebalance System, a proven step-by-step process that teaches busy women how to reboot their energy and rebalance their energy hormones 100% naturally. I reversed my own chronic fatigue well over 7 years ago. I'm close to 10 now. And with everything that I put together and tested and tried and learned and researched, I developed my system based on all the experiences that I had, the learnings that I went through when I went back to school for holistic nutrition, and many, many trials and errors. I've helped dozens of women achieve their energy goals, regain their energy, and get back to living a more accomplished, adventurous, of course, energized, and just calmer, happier, flowing, and healthy life. When I ask women about chronic fatigue and energy solutions that they've tried, the most common things that I hear are eating healthy, which is a whole other story, taking supplements like B12, iron, or sometimes adrenal adaptogens. They're very popular too. Or taking time for self-care. Exercise is also a biggie. Now, I don't want to diss all these ideas here, but when it comes to chronic fatigue and burnout, these aren't the direction to take, especially when you're trying to figure out how to reboot your energy on your own. Because chronic fatigue and burnout are caused by a fatigue cycle. So your personal fatigue cycle. It's the spiraling cycle of a dysregulated stress response in combination with chronic low-grade inflammation. Unfortunately, most popular mainstream solutions for exhaustion make this fatigue cycle worse, which will, of course, turn off energy production even more, making it harder and harder and harder to get your energy back to where you want it to be. Energy production, it happens inside of your cells by the mitochondria. Maybe you remember hearing about these little guys in high school biology or something, hey? I didn't pay a lot of attention to them back then, but now they're very important to me. Chronic stress is the biggest problem for the mitochondria. It'll deplete the body of important nutrients needed to make energy. And then it creates a hormonal imbalance that prevents signaling for energy production. Cortisol, which is your main stress hormone. Cortisol interferes with estrogen and thyroid hormone production and tells your nervous system to stay stuck in a state of fight or flight. All of this together means that the mitochondria are told by a whole bunch of different mechanisms not to make a lot of energy. Instead, they kind of go into a state of defense, trying to preserve as much energy as they can just to keep your body alive and basic functioning, and to keep you safe. Now, another side effect of chronic stress and your fatigue cycle is something known as oxidative stress. Now, oxidative stress is when stress and inflammation create free radicals in your body, impacting the health of basically every single cell, tissue, organ that you have. And of course, the mitochondria are impacted by free radicals too, which is another signal for them to go into that defense mode. And again, most women turn to supplements like vitamin B12 or iron, maybe magnesium, adrenal adaptogens, and other popular vitamins and minerals that are marketed for high energy. That's a key word, marketed for higher energy. Are they actually supportive of this? Not really. Well, these minerals and vitamins that I've listed, they do play some role in overall energy regulation and production. Taking these while battling that fatigue cycle and the mitochondria defense mode is very much akin to putting a Band-Aid on a gunshot wound. It might do a wee bit temporarily, maybe, but ultimately that gunshot wound needs some serious care, as it is the root cause of the blood loss. So addressing the adrenals with adaptogens or taking B12 is kind of the same. These can be helpful only if the fatigue cycle is addressed first. Otherwise, it's essentially a waste of time and money and effort. What you can do instead is address the oxidative stress while breaking your fatigue cycle. I did another video on breaking the fatigue cycle or the stress inflammation cycle a few months ago if you want to check that out. Quickly, you break your fatigue cycle by removing as many of the triggers to both stress and inflammation as you can, and then replacing them with anti-inflammatory stress regulating options from food, sleep, exercise, and mindset practices. On top of this, it can be very helpful to address oxidative stress with the two most commonly depleted nutrients in women with chronic fatigue, glutathione and melatonin. So why are these so important? Because these are your two most potent antioxidants. Antioxidants reduce free radicals in your body. Fewer free radicals gives your body a chance to breathe, to turn off defense mode, and of course then move into healing mode. Post-viral fatigue is usually caused by low glutathione levels. And actually, how sick you get, the severity of your symptoms and reactions to viruses is caused by your level of glutathione. The lower your glutathione overall, the sicker you will be. So it's really important to make sure glutathione is happy. And then mitochondria defense mode uses up a lot of glutathione. So if your body's already in a state of chronic inflammation, stress is up through the roof, you are going to be depleted of glutathione. Now, melatonin is compromised in times of chronic stress, which, as you've probably already heard or you found out, is basically how most women with chronic fatigue live. We have way too much stress in our lives and not enough support to help our bodies handle it all, which is why we're so damn exhausted. When cortisol is continually being pumped out, or when your adrenals become so fatigued that they can't keep up, melatonin production is just halted. Sleep becomes difficult, and you lose your brain's most potent antioxidant. Brain fog is thought to be caused primarily by low melatonin production. There's some other major causes of brain fog as well, but low melatonin is a big one. So you can supplement with these two antioxidants for a few months, only 3 to 4 at a time, and see if this helps energy and focus. Of course, the supplements will work so much faster and better if your diet is aligned with your energy goals and reversing mitochondria damage, breaking your fatigue cycle, and getting your body refueled with what it needs. So remember, we do have to remove the triggers first before addressing the symptoms and imbalances. Otherwise, it's like putting that Band-Aid on a gunshot wound. So first step is to break that fatigue cycle with the right nutrition, lifestyle habit tweaks, and mindset work. And then add in some key supplements that redefine your body's natural ability to heal and make energy. And stop listening to mainstream media and health and fitness gurus for your chronic fatigue and burnout advice. They just really aren't qualified for this level of healing. And most have no idea what you're going through or what it feels like to live with these two conditions. And that is something that I really have a big beef with. All right.